when we first started doing Jitsi, starting the recording had a different process. It was a lot different. It would give me a few seconds and I could click start recording, and then I could back up and I could get all prepared like this, and then I would hear this recording is on. It doesn't do that to me anymore, so I don't have the ability to get all ready for the recording. But good morning, everyone. Welcome to LisaBug Cardiovascular and Muscular Endurance. Endurance means just that. We're going to be able to do an action for a longer period of time, working on that ability for endurance. We're also working on lengthening our planks today. Take options that you need and breaks as you need, because our bodies are all different, right? So let's start. You've got for equipment, we're going to be doing some glider work. So those of you that have done this with me before, we either use a washcloth on a hardwood surface, or if you've got carpeting, you can use a sock on your shoe, anything like that, so you can slide. We've got a heavier resistance band to put around the thighs for some hip work as an option, as well as light hand weights and water. Let's start with our lymphatic warm-up. So let's just start with our hops this morning, our little bounces. And I don't know about you, but I have found that these movements are really fun. I'm really enjoying doing these. I find that it really prepares my entire body for the workout. I feel like it starts to elevate my heart rate. It gets my mind and my body, everything all together. Sometimes I refer to the 3 Bs. So it gets my breathing, my body, and my brain all connected. And it's just kind of fun. Gets some heat into the muscles and get the blood moving through the capillaries. Okay, let's do step, knee, lift, step, knee, lift. And then we're going to clap the outside of the leg or outside of the knee, just gently. So some of these movements, actually, we target some of the lymphatic areas because we want to get the lymphatic fluid to start flowing through the body. It kind of gets stuck sometimes, doesn't adequately flow. And when we have the lymphatic system flowing well, it's great for our immune system. Okay, couple more. One more. Body wave, down and up, down and up. Okay, those of you that have shoulder issues, if you feel a pinch in the shoulders, you can adjust the range of motion. Last couple of weeks, we've been adding this little flexion of the wrists to this movement. So flex back, flex up. So a lot of joints working, ankle joints, knee joints, hip joints, shoulder joints. Not really elbows, but we are getting the wrists here. Good. And maybe also a little bit in your spine as you come up. I see this movement done online, and sometimes they do kind of a bigger back bend, but only if that's okay for your back. Okay, one more. All right, split your stance, a little bit of a tandem stance, and we'll do your arm swings. Great. Now, I want to add a little something different with this today. So you're going to start to pick up your back knee. So start to slow this down a little bit and then go up, back, up. And you'll notice when my right arm is lifting, my left knee is lifting. Once you have it, you can start to pick up the pace a little bit if you want. Good, up, back. So we throw some balance into our movements, which we always love. And you can be flexing the wrists as well. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now hold that heel down in the back. Let's do a little side bend stretch, just so that we stretch out this hip flexor a little bit after bringing that knee up. Great. Okay, we're going to stay in our split stance for our trunk twist. Take it side to side. Now, we've never tried this one in split stance. So it's going to give us a little bit more of a balance challenge. If you need to separate your feet a little further for a wider base of support, I want you to do that. Your front knee is bent. Back leg is pushing that heel into the floor. Tighten your left glute muscle a little bit. Feel your core working. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, switch your tandem stance or your split stance. We're just going to start to move the arms up and back. Good. So now you got to think about switching in your brain. So slow it down. As your left arm comes up, the right knee, I just lost my balance. As your left arm comes up, your right knee comes up. So we're working in opposition. And opposition is functional. And functional is important to our everyday life. You hear the term ADLs, that's activities of daily living. So we want to do movements that are functional for what we do in life. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold that heel down. Take a side stretch. Open up this hip flexor here. Breathe. And check in on your breathing. Where are you feeling it coming from? Is it up here in your chest? Is it down into your belly? There's no right or wrong. Just notice where you're breathing right now, because that changes with what we do in our workout. Okay, here we go. Twist, twist. Now I have to really watch this knee because it wants to go in like this. And maybe that's the same for you. So line that knee up straight ahead. So we want to keep the integrity of our entire leg, the hip joint, the knee joint, and the ankle joint. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Set the feet really wide. Ballet squats, we come down and up, lift up on the toes. And if you think about it, you can switch the hand that's in front when you cross your hands up on top and down below. It's just nice to kind of switch because we're creatures of habit and we tend to do things the same way all the time. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Arms out. Twist across, bend the right knee, reach and open. Left knee, reach, open. So this is another one with rotation. Working on strengthening through the legs. A little bit of an inner thigh stretch. Do you feel that as you come across? That it opens up the inner thigh a little bit. 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Step your feet closer together. Let's do the golf swing. So you're going to come up, come up, come up. And notice how I'm pivoting on one of my feet on the floor. So I don't want to keep both of my feet attached to the ground and try to do this, because then the knee is not going to like it. It's going to get lots of twisting in your knee. So pick that foot up and let it pivot. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now keep that pivot going. Come into dead arms. And you're slapping down toward your lower ribs, towards your hips. And your arms are just really nice and loose. Good. Now let those hands come up a little higher and tap across the shoulder. Shoulder. Good. Moving that lymphatic fluid here. 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Great job. March in place. I want you to keep this marching going as you do your lymphatic slaps down your right arm. So you're going to do all areas of your skin. Down and up just a few times. Try to get all the surface area of your skin. Keep your legs moving. Okay, let's switch left side. All surface areas from the hand all the way up the wrist, the forearm, inner part of your forearm, inner part of your bicep, outer in the tricep. Good. Keep marching the legs. Let's do the head and face. So maybe 2 or 3 fingers. You're going to tap your forehead, the top of your head, the back of your head, your cheeks, the front and back of your neck. Good. Just 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, very functional movement. You're going to step your right foot forward, reach down with the left hand like you're going to pick something up, and then step back in. Let's do that 10 times. Reach, come up. Now it's up to you how low you reach down. You'll notice I'm not going all the way to the floor, but if you have that ability to touch the ground, great. You do what works best for you. Let's get 5 more of these. This is a movement we're going to do a few times in class today, so I want you to feel comfortable with it. 4, 3, and you'll notice I'm doing that opposition. 2, functional training, 1 more, and come up. Good. Now your left foot steps forward, your right hand reaches down, and we come back. Now, right off the bat, my right knee, which is this one facing you, says, "Me no likey this." Yes, we have arthritis and we don't like it. So I'm going to make it pretty small. You do the same with whatever you have and need. 4. Reach down 3. Good. Breathing 2 and 1. Okay, time for a drink. Remember that movement. You're going to pick up, oh, I forgot to tell you, you need your ball today. Ball is an option. Or anything else you can hold in your hands and pass from one hand to the other for some agility work. So hold that ball in your left hand. What I want you to do is step forward with your right foot, reach the ball down, and then as you come back up, open your hands. Down, open. Now you can keep your feet down on the ground or you can kind of march this out. Notice how I'm picking up my feet now. I'm picking up the back foot. I'm picking up the front foot. Or you can kind of just do it like this. Good. So I'm going to give you some options with this because we all have different issues with our shoulders. So option 1, you're going to reach it down, bring it behind your back, and reach it down, bring it behind your back. Now, if that bothers your shoulders, you just stay with this one, right? You don't have to pass it behind your back. And you have to figure out your own timing with this. Good. Reach it down. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Next option, you're going to reach it and pass it above the head. Reach. And reach it down. So we're just making a little arm circle. And you can certainly do this if you don't have a ball or anything to switch between your hands. But I really do like having this ball to work my fingers, my hands. 4, and 3, and 2, and 1, and rest. Okay, just either march or do anything that you might need for a little bit of a twist or a stretch for any areas of your body that might need it. Check in on your heart rate. And then we're going to do it with the other side. So you've got the ball in your right hand. We're stepping forward with the left foot. We're reaching it down. Then we're opening the arms. Down, open. So maybe this is the one you stay with the whole time. That's great. Or just make your own modifications. Good. This is the one my knee doesn't like very well, so I've just got to kind of keep it in a comfortable range of motion. Okay, as you keep going, your next option is to circle it around your back. Good. I haven't dropped it yet, but I know I probably will. I think my ball needs a little bit more air, but at the same time, when it's kind of a little flat, I can hold on to it easier. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, just with the open. And then our last option is to reach it down, pass it up, reach it down. Now, I know I don't need to say this, but I will. Just as a reminder, yours don't have to be the same speed as mine, right? You can make this any speed you want. And I'm just giving you kind of a base move, and then you get to vary it any way you want. 4, and 3, 2, and 1. Okay, take a little moment to either march out or take a twist or a stretch. Maybe you hold a position to stretch out. All of our bodies are going to need different things after doing these movements. So this is a break for you to take and do whatever you would like. Now our ball becomes a hand weight. And I'm going to use a 5. I think it should be appropriate for what we're doing, but monitor depending on what we're doing as to the weight you have, or keep your ball or nothing at all. So our right foot steps forward. We reach the weight down and then we step back. So level 1, option 1 is just a reach. Good. So as I add layers, if it doesn't work for you, stay with the one that does. Next option, bring it to your shoulder. So reach down, bring it to your shoulder. This arm can do whatever you want. Hand on hip, hand to the side. You could even have 2 weights if you wanted and add something different with that arm. Good job. Now the next one's going to be the most challenging as we're adding layers. And that's to bring it through the shoulder to the ceiling and down, or maybe just a little tiny one right in here. And let's get about 10 more. Heart rate should be up in your training zone. And we're working on that cardiovascular endurance, so we want to keep it up there. Let's get 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Take a break and do what you need to stretch your body out, to just move, whatever it might be. Just key in to what your body's asking for, and it's all for us a little bit different. Good. I don't want that heart rate to come down too much though. So let's start to move into the other side. Weight in your right hand. Step forward left, reach down, and just step back. Now I want you to think about the push away with your left leg. Push. And that's going to activate your quad and your glute. Very important muscles to stay active and strong as we age. Next option, pull it to the shoulder. Reach, pull it to the shoulder. Good. Now notice I'm still keeping my chest up. So what I don't want you to do is bend over and just get the weight to the floor to whether I'd be seeing the top of your head. I want to see your face. If you were to have your camera on, which a couple of you do. Hi, Linda. Hi, Chris. And then we can go through the shoulder and up any amount you choose. Now, this movement is bigger, so it might mean that you've got to slow down the pace of what you're doing with the lower body. We've got about 10. Let's get 5 more. 5, 4, great. 3, 2, and 1, and rest. Take your break movements, whatever you need to do, and I'll include a little bit more time here for a drink of water. But again, I want to keep the heart rate up, so let's not take too much time unless you need it for a break. As much as you can, keep moving the legs around. Grab a drink. The next series, you will not need weights. For the next series, your option, and again, just an option, is to have your band, and I have a medium, around the legs. Now, if you've been doing some work with the bands in the past and then been having some residual pain anywhere, just really be careful with these and decide if it's something you want to add or not for today. And then let's pick up the ball. So we're just going to press the hands into the ball. I want you to take 2 lateral steps moving to the right. 1, 2, and then 2 lateral steps moving to the left. 1, 2. Now try to come down into a squat. Take 2 lateral steps to the right. 1, 2, and to the left. 1 and 2. So you can decide whether to be fully upright or down into your squat. Press into the ball. Good. At your own pace, 2 steps. And you decide how big the steps are. Obviously, the bigger the step, the more you're going to stretch the band and the more you're going to work the hip muscles. So maybe you're just right in here today. That's okay. Are you pushing into the ball? I want you to get activation of the chest muscles. Good. Let's do 2 more to each side. 1 more to each side. Short break. Recover. Do any movements that you need to here just to relax and to ease out any stress you might be feeling. Now, as we take those 2 steps to the right, we're going to push the ball to the right side. So we'll step push, push, switch hands. Push, push, switch hands. Or come down into your squat. Push, push, switch hands. Push, push. Good. Now do whatever feels best for your body, high or low into your legs. Good. Squeeze the ball with your fingers. Activate the muscles of your hands. 2 more each side. 1 and 1 and 2 and 2 and rest. Good. Take any modifications you need to stretch and to recover. Now, before we move into the next one, I want you to push twice and switch above the head. Push twice. If that's not going to work for you, you'll know to change it right away. Okay, let's take 2 steps to the right. Push, reach above the head. Push and switch. Push and switch. Now we can try that in a squat. Push and switch. Good. Oh, I forgot to switch above my head. It's amazing how your brain goes back to what you just did a second ago. And it says, oh, but this one I know how to do. Changing it in front of my body. Good. Let's do 2 more each direction. 1 and 1 and 2 and 2 and rest. My hips are really feeling this. Okay, I want you to keep your ball with you. If you're done with the band as we take this break, go ahead and take it off. If your hips are saying that's good enough, remove it now. Or if you're doing pretty good, you can try the next series with the band. And that's having your glider, whatever you use for gliding. So I just want you to glide that right leg out and drag it in. And let's just push into the ball. Push and pull. Push and pull. Now we can also do this down into a squat. Push and pull. And I want you to drag that leg. Feel the floor underneath your foot. Drag it along. Nice job. Now take the ball into your right hand. Remember our opposing arms. Opposing arms. Lift and lift. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and come up. That really, I felt it in this side. So take a moment, stretch, shake out the legs, do anything you need to for recovery. And then we'll use our glider underneath the left foot. So we're just going to start here with both legs straight and just drag it along the floor, out and in. Okay, now option, squat down any depth, glide it out, glide it in. This leg gets isometric training, right? Put the ball in your left hand and we go up, back, up, back. Good. Whatever range of motion feels good for your body. Squeeze the ball with your fingers. Working, strengthening. I don't know about you, but my hands have weakened over the years. It's really obvious when I try to open a jar. 4 more. And 3. And 2. And 1. Okay, if you still have your band on, let's take a break and remove it. And then a drink of water would be good. Any other stretches that you want to do in this moment? We're still going to keep our glider. And a light weight. So what I want you to do, I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. I've got my left foot stationary, my right foot on the glider, and I'm just going to glide it back and bring it in, almost like a little cross-country ski. And you can decide how much to bend your front leg as you do this. So functional training is to do the opposites, right? So I want you to curl the right arm as you're extending the left leg back. Curl, curl. You could have both hands with weights. That would be fine as well. But right now I'm working on opposition, meaning the leg that's in front, the opposite hand is coming forward. Now drag that foot. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come up out of that, take a break, shake out the legs, switch the hand. Any stretches that you might need or recovery. Left foot now is on the glider. Right foot is stationary, and we're just going to bring that leg back and forth and not really worry about your arm right now. I just want you to get this leg back and forward, maybe come down into your squat. Now, as this left leg goes back, the left hand does a curl and a curl. Good. Now, are you really dragging that leg along the floor? It's up to you. You can make this easy. You can make it moderate, or you can really make it a little bit more intense in having that activation of the muscles to drag. And let's do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come up, take a break. Keep this close by as we're going to do a few more things with this. No weights, no equipment. March it out. Good job. Okay, we're going to have 2 minutes more of cardiovascular work. You can go whatever intensity that you want. I'm going to give you some options of what to do. Option 1, marching. Option 2, imaginary jump rope. And then you can add any running with your legs. Good. You can choose to keep your feet grounded on the floor and just lift your heels up, or you can lift your feet completely off the floor. Good. Now keep the legs going. Reverse your jump rope. So we're going back. Now this jump rope movement is great for your rotator cuff. Your arms aren't swinging big like this. It's right in your forearm. Your elbows are staying pretty close to your body. You can even just kind of move your wrists around like little wrist circles. Great job. Okay, next movement, lateral stepping side to side, swinging the arms out. We're down to 1 minute to go, keeping that heart rate up. Good. Now with this movement, add a little butt kick or a hamstring curl. So your heel comes back behind your body. Nice. And then we'll change the arms with this. Reach and push. Push. Nice. So you're kind of rotating your torso here. Beautiful. Another option with the arms. Both arms come up, up. You're moving at whatever pace you want. You can also reach the arms to the front and pull back. 15 seconds, everybody. Choose your options here. Spike that heart rate a little bit. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a break. Take any stretches that you need or a drink. We're going to do some very important pulsing squats to really keep the glutes and the quads strong. I'm going to give you the option to use no equipment. You can hold your ball. You can add weights. So whatever you would like to do, the base movement is a squat. So bring your feet to parallel, kind of a narrow stance position. Knees facing straight ahead. Come down into your squat, and you're going to just pulse this in a mid-range position. Good job. So I want you to pulse this for 15 seconds. And again, that's just a goal, working on endurance of these muscles here. If you need to come out of it, that's fine. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come up. Now take your feet a little bit wider with a small turn out of your toes. Come down into your squat. Pulse. 15 seconds. Good. So now my knees are on a little bit of an angle toward the toes. The activation is still in the quads, but it starts to become a little bit more into the glutes and the inner thighs. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come up. Okay, wider yet. Turn the toes out a little bit more. Come down. Start to pulse your squat. 15 seconds. Now think about your inner thighs a lot. Squeeze towards each other as you come up slightly. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way up. Now glue your feet tight together. If this doesn't feel comfortable, widen your stance. Come down. 15 seconds. Good. You could put the ball between your knees here and give it a squeeze. I've got my feet all the way together so I can actually apply pressure inward with my knees touching. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We are at least a minute of pulsing squats. Now we're going to do a split stance squat. So I have my heel up on my back foot. Come down, pulse. About 15 seconds with the right leg in front. Good. Now the concentration is in this front leg. We should be feeling this quad, feeling this glute. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, come up. Okay, only one more. Left foot in front, right foot strides back. Your heel is up off the floor. Come on down. Let's go. Just about 15 seconds. I think I might be giving you more like 20, but that's okay. Mo is better. It's mo better. Good job. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and come up and rest. Great job. Shake those legs out. Good work. Okay, so now what I'd like you to do, give yourself a drink break, a little stretch break if you need anywhere. We're going to be coming down to the floor on our hands and knees. And if you really don't feel comfortable with coming to the floor, you can also use your chair for this with your hands on your chair as an option. I used to always give that for Joyce after she had her knee replacement, but it was a good one for all of us to be able to do. So what I want you to do is I'm going to bring my blanket to the edge of my mat so that I have the floor off to the side, because I want to be able to glide my little glider here that's back behind me on the ground. So what I want you to do is just go, you're on your left knee, you've got the glider under your right foot, you've got both hands on the floor, and I want you to slide that out and drag it in. And I want you to just put whatever amount of pressure you want down into the ground to activate more muscle. And then, of course, to work our core and to strengthen our bodies for our planks, we're going to lift the left hand, reach it up. I've got my timer across from me. Let's do this for another 15 seconds. Drag it in, out and in. Any range of motion, any intensity that you'd want. 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, if you'd like, just lift that leg off the floor for a bird dog, or you can hold any other plank that you would like for 30 seconds. I'm going to come into a full plank here. So pick either bird dog or a full plank, and let's hold for 30. You know your options. You can come down to your elbows. You can use your chair. You can even come to the wall. Absolutely. And we're breathing through this, keeping the abs in tight. 15, 14, 13. Nice neutral spine. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and take a break. Relax. Maybe you need a child's pose stretch, relaxing your wrists and shoulders. Okay, so take a minute here to adjust yourself. I'm going to turn around the other way so I can have the floor to glide my towel here. So now our right knee will be on the floor. Our left foot will be on the towel. Both hands down to start, and we're going to press it out and pull it in. Push and drag. Option, right hand can lift. Good. So let's get another 20 seconds here, dragging it out. Now, if you don't have the towel or the glider, you can just tap your toe out and tap it back in. That's great. Make any modifications that you need. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, either holding bird dog for 30 seconds or coming into a plank that works for you. I'm going to come down to my elbows this time. Here we go. 30 seconds starting now. So we're building up to being able to do a 3-minute plank. These different types of planks are going to help us with that, and different time limits with different breaks is going to build up our endurance to be able to hold our planks. And a lot of times it's not the abs that give out first, right? It can be the shoulders, it can be the wrists. So we're building our endurance there as well. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take any break that you need and stretch. Good job. Okay, so we're sitting on the floor with an option to have your ball and one weight. So what I'm going to do with the ball is one of two things, and you guys get to pick which one you want to try. The first one is to put the ball between your knees so that you can have some inner thigh work. We're going to be going back and coming up a little bit for some abdominal work. So you might rather put the ball behind your low back. And I think Linda said one time she did the block between her knees and the ball behind her back. So if you have a block, you can put that between the knees and keep the ball back here. So you get to choose what you'd like to do for that. And then the weight, we're going to hold it in both hands. So I'm kind of holding it straight up and down, or you can turn it like this so that it's out in front of you. And if your legs are close together, you can squeeze them together as well. And we're going to come back and sit up. So the arms out in front are doing two things. They're acting as a counterbalance to the abdominal work we're doing, but we're also getting some shoulder work. If the weight feels like it's too much, what can we do? We can bend our elbows and bring it in here. That makes it harder on my abs, let me tell you, but it's easier on my shoulders. Or we can set the weight down completely and just hold the arms out in front. That's easier on my abs and easier on my shoulders. So lots of options you can pick from. Let's do 10 seconds here. Do we feel the abs and the endurance of the core? Yes. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come up. Now take that ball and you're going to use it and put it under your right knee with your right leg out in front of you. So can you see that? I have the ball under my knee. And tuck your left leg in. So what is this doing? This is supporting underneath the knee. So I'm releasing the hamstring a little bit. You can use your yoga strap or your stretchy band. And let's stretch forward here. So for folks that, might be a little tight in the hamstring, the ball under your knee is magnifico. I just saw a movie last night called Solo Mio. Now I feel like I'm talking a little Italian. So magnifico with that ball under your knee. So another option with this, let's take a second option. Try putting the ball under this knee and keep your leg out straight. So now this is going to support this hip. If it's in contact with the ball, you can push down into it a little bit, just a little, and you can stretch forward one more time. So it's just some little options to use with your strength, with your stretching, to either make it a little bit more magnifico or a little bit more challenging. I like having the support under here. My left hip has pretty good range of motion, but when I get over to the right side, not so much. Okay, so what do you guys think? Can we do the ab work one more time before we stretch the other side? I heard you all collectively say yes, so let's do it. So you have the option of the ball between the knees, the ball behind the back, maybe a weight in your hands, maybe not, maybe no equipment at all. And all we're going to do is go back and forth. Now, in Pilates, there's a couple of different positions with the back. You have straight back position, which is neutral spine, or you have a C curve where I'm going to round and come back in a C curve. They all have their reasons we do them. But in my opinion, I don't care for the round back as much because it makes us be in poor posture. So I like the straight back movement a little bit more. But the straight back movement does affect your hip flexors more. So keep that in mind as you're doing this if your hip flexors are bothering you. Okay, I think we're done on that side. Great job. So let's do the ball under the left leg with the knees straight and tuck that right leg in. This is our seated tree. And option to use your yoga strap or your stretchy band. And let's stretch. So I think I've mentioned my right knee now will not straighten all the way because of the arthritis. So on the other side, I really liked the ball under that knee because I can't get it down all the way to the floor anyway. So it was nice to have that support. But on this side, my left knee can straighten really well. My right hip doesn't open so much. So let's try the other option. I'm going to take the ball, put it underneath the outside of this knee, and push down into it a little bit to get some hip activation. And then I'll stretch again here. So this leg gets nice and straight because it's bionic. The other one, not bionic yet, so it has some problems. So let's just hold this a few more breaths. Great job. Now you're not out of the woods for strength training yet, but I'm going to give you a second if you want to come up to stand by the wall because we've got some push-ups. Yes, I heard a collective groan. So a lot of ways we can do push-ups. And it's kind of like the plank. If you do a proper hands and knees, here, this is the basic form of a plank. You can also do a push-up from here, down and up. So I feel a lot of work doing my push-up this way. So you can do it like this. You can come up on the wall and do your push-up. You can use your chair, or you can walk your hands forward, drop your hips down for a kneeling push-up or a full push-up. Now you're dying to know how many we're going to do. I'm going to time you 30 seconds. So it's however many you can do correctly with good form in 30 seconds, beginning in 5, 4, 3, 2, and go. Good. Push-ups is one of the best compound exercises for the upper body and for the core. This is going to build endurance for our planks again as well. You're at 15 seconds. Exhale, pushing up. Good job. Range of motion is up to you. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and relax. Okay, bring yourself up to stand. And wonderful job today. So what I want you to do is give yourself a great big hug once you get up. So I want you to take your arms out, cross your right arm on top of your left, and just give yourself a hug, maybe a pat on the back. If you like eagle arms, then just wrap your hands together and do your eagle. So we're going to stay in this position and open up the muscles of the upper back and shoulders. And then I want you to move your head into various positions. So maybe turn to the right, turn to the left. You can tip your head over to the right and left. You can do a couple of little half circles or drop your chin down. So just work out any tension you might have in your neck and between your shoulder blades while we're stretching the shoulders. A little bit in the triceps, I feel that here as well. Okay, on a big inhale, open back out, chest expansion. And then the other arm comes on top. You can give yourself a hug here and a pat on the back for job well done, or wrap into eagle arms, and then various head movements. So this month on Thursdays, we have yoga for the heart. So we're going to be doing some gentle chest expansions to stretch tight muscles in the pecs and the shoulders, heart openers. And we'll also be keeping the heart rate up a little bit in yoga too, to work the heart. And then we've also got some breathing techniques and love meditation as well, as we're moving towards our holiday of the month, which is Valentine's Day. Okay, let's open out. Breathe. Now I want you to just side bend and flow from one side to the other, just like a nice little tree blowing in the wind. Keep the weight even between your feet, so we're not leaning over to one side. You just got your feet grounded, your hips are grounded, and we're laterally moving our body from side to side. Great job. Bring both arms up. Inhale. Exhale, soften your knees a little bit and swan dive down into a forward fold wherever you want to be. It can be a half forward fold where you have your hands on your shins or your hands on your chair, or you can come down a little deeper depending on your range of motion. Now, wherever you're at, let your head relax and start to move your head around. And let gravity kind of pull your head down to the floor a little bit. I've heard that our head weighs about what a bowling ball does, so maybe 8 to 10 pounds. And so gravity can kind of pull our head down and create a little bit of traction in your neck, because our head is always pushing down into our cervical vertebrae. So now we get to go the other direction. Okay, roll the spine back up one vertebra at a time. And then we're going to slightly step one foot back. Put your hands back here on your sacrum, and then open your heart and lean back a little bit. So we're stretching this hip flexor right here with a little baby back bend. This is a version of camel pose from yoga with a split stance. Now keep your abs engaged, because I don't want you just hanging back there and not working right here. Keep your abdominals braced. And then come up. Step that back foot forward. I'm going to turn Step the other foot back a little bit. Tuck this hip under slightly, hands to the back of your sacrum, and open back. Breathe. This can be very small in order to get the benefit from this. It doesn't have to be a great big huge back bend and bother your back. What we're getting here is this hip extension. Great, and then come all the way up. Step your feet back to mid stance. One more full body stretch. Let's inhale. And everyone said, we made it through the first class of February. Great job, everybody. I hope you can stay for a chat, as I always love to hear from you. If not, send me a little message. Let me know how class was for you today. And I'll be back in the other room in 2 shakes. Actually, when I shut this recording off last week, it didn't shut my camera off. We'll see what happens.